I'm going to be honest. No Man's Sky was a game series I was very much against for a very long time, mainly because of how the game launched. But I'm always a person that kind of goes by the rule of I'll never forget, but I will forgive. And after a couple major patch updates, they actually proved that they are dedicated to the game and making it better. But I never really stuck with the game. But now, with the 4.0 Waypoint update, things might be changing, and I might give it another shot. So let's go over what this update's all about. What's up guys, I'm DBFig, and the No Man's Sky 4.0 update is a huge one. If you want to read all the patch notes, because there is a lot to go over, I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can go check it out, but I'm going to cover some of the highlights right now. A couple things that caught my attention was the custom game modes. Crafting can be modified, sprinting can be modified, endurance can be modified. So much can be modified in this custom game mode, which is perfect because there are always a couple things, especially with games like this, like survival based games, that you always want to kind of tinker here and there to your liking, because you may have no problem with 98% of the other modes, but you might hate the fact that you have endurance when running. So you want to add that in there, or you want a little bit more challenge and you want endurance in there to make it more realistic. Now you have the option to do so. On top of that, they've added kind of two major extremes. One is a very relaxed, casual game mode, where if you don't really care about the challenge, you just want to explore and just mine and travel, you can do that now and not really feel too worried about being killed. It's made for a more casual experience. On the other end of the spectrum, you now have the ability to add in experience hardcore modes where the survival aspect gets ranked up either in missions or just overall to make the experience just more deadly and massive than it was before. I believe these are great things to do because while the standard game mode is perfectly fine, especially if you're somebody who's either new to the genre, where the more casual game mode might be better for you, or somebody who's been playing this game since forever and you need something a little bit more hardcore to kind of spark interest again, this was a very good thing. Another massive thing, and this kind of makes me laugh because this should have been added in a very long time ago, autosaving. This game is a game that really screams for autosaving, and now there is continual autosaving, which means as you just go through the game, it'll just keep on saving progress. Yes, there will be manual saves, but the autosaving feature will allow you to fully immerse yourself and not really stress that if something happens that you lost all your progress. One other cool feature is the trade rocket. So before, you always had to kind of jump through a couple hoops to get to a part where you could sell your goods, and do all the market stuff. Now, you could summon a trade rocket, let it land on the planet you're on, put everything in that trade rocket, and then shoot it out into space. It's kind of funny that, you're basically sending stuff away via space rocket UPS, but hey, if it, streamlines the whole, marketplace interface a bit better, I'm totally down for that. Inventory visuals. They've done a lot. I mean, they did a complete retool of the inventory. Not only do they overhaul the inventory from slide designs, the backgrounds, the icons look better, they've retooled the UI to make things a little bit more easier to navigate. There is now a tree when it comes to your build cycle, so that way you can easily track how do you get from point A to point B in a skill tree type of setting. Cargo slots have been expanded across the board, so that way you can hold more, which is huge in this game, because in this game you could spend so much time collecting a bunch of stuff, and it sucks that when you kind of basically fill all your slots, you're always running back and forth. So at least this will give you a little bit more time to do the fun stuff of exploring and gathering materials compared to, I don't know, just, always running back to your inventory area to dump all your stuff to go back out again. So I view this as a major quality of life. Matter of fact, I view this as the key aspect of this update, because anyone who's played this game for any length of time knows that while the UI was serviceable, it wasn't all that great. Plus, this UI is allowing for more logs, to keep logs of things like your crafting, where you've been, recipes, the whole 9 yards. So overall, this is a major update across the board when it comes to that. On top of all that, AMD Fidelity FX 2.0 is now in the game on the PC version. What this does, and this doesn't matter if you're using, AMD or NVIDIA or the new Intel Arc video card, this across the board is going to improve the frames per second and visual look of the game, which is pretty good. I've seen this technology used in other games, and it's pretty powerful, but of course, just like with anything else, your mileage may vary. Also, this update is adding a ton of visual effects. Everything from the asteroids that you encounter in space, some of them might have special minerals and looks to them, to the atlases are more grander in design, to even all the little milestone things that you come across on the planet of all the alien space devices are going to have more of a mystical and overall better look to them. Basically a visual polishing from top to bottom on all the major stuff in this game to make things a little bit more grander, more awe-inspiring, which is a great thing. But like I said, guys, there's so many updates that have been done to the game. So many things you could customize if the tutorial missions take place or not, how frequent, if at all, ground combat takes place, saving. Now you can rename your manual saves, which has always been funny that wasn't something right off the box, but there's so much added to the game. This game is nowhere near what the original game was at launch. This is going towards what they advertised back in the day. Matter of fact, in many aspects, I would say it's surpassing what their initial intent, what the initial launch video was back in the day. So while again, I'm somebody who was very much on the anti-No Man's Sky train when it launches. But again, I will forgive, but I won't forget. And this game is definitely an MVP candidate of comeback player of the entire video game lifespan because of all the things that they've been done. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think about all this? Are you going to give No Man's Sky a try? Have you given No Man's Sky a try? Are you going to be re-downloading this game? I think I might actually re-download this game myself and play it on stream. Hopefully you guys will be there. I stream on YouTube and on Twitch, so go check them out on either side. But as always, thanks for being awesome.